Hello, universe. Today I come bearing a story. A story started by a Twitch streamer called He Flew the Coop. He was inspired by Twitch Rivals R.E.P.O tournament. And with the small pushings of some of his close friends, he decided to put one on of his own little R.E.P.O tournament. One that included his community, some close friends, and communities of other people. I was one of the few people who heard about it thanks to one of my friends, Master GM. And I was really glad for that. R.E.P.O is such a fun game. And being able to play with all those great people, play against those amazing rivals in the tournament, that was an experience. And honestly, Coop, thank you. Thank you for that. I come to tell you the story of my POV, my perspective of playing the tournament. So without further ado, let me show you. Might be this way. And now, with that intro out of the way, let me tell you about the background and the days leading up to the tournament. So I was informed about this tournament, like I said in the intro, by Mass GM over on Twitch. Go check him out. He is a very good friend and fellow, hopefully streamer in the future when I try and stream. But he told me about the tournament as well as a few other mutuals, and I was kind of hoping I'd be on his team. Sadly, that did not happen. Around 10 or so days before the tournament happened, Coop had a stream announcing the teams, because he grabbed all the people who were going to be in the tournament, and then mostly randomly, put them together on teams. There's a few people, like, he even told me that he couldn't put me on the same team as a lot of the better players like Tefin, because then it might have just been a full wipe and no struggle for anybody, just a full landslide victory, which may be a little too much for my ego. But that being said, let me tell you the team. So Team 1 was called We Are Number 1, kind of after Robbie Rotten in the old show Lazy Town, if any of y'all remember it. And that team consisted of Mass GM, the team captain. All the team captains were streamers, if I hadn't said that already. Kind of jumbling up the recordings here. The other teammates were Amori-chan, Wolfie Bite, and Skippy's mom, which I heard during the tournament, Skippy's mom was 1-for-1ing a lot of the monsters, meaning she'd kill the monster, but the monster would also kill her in return. Which, not a bad strategy. Could be better, but hey, they did well.
It's coming for you, it's coming for you.
What can you say?
Look out, look out, look out.
1-for-1, 1-for-1, 1-for-1!
Jump, 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 jump! Oh boy.
Now, Team 2 was Pigeon's team. They were called the Pigeon Milkers. I don't even know if pigeons produce milk, they're birds, but, you know. And Pidgey, or the Pigeon, as I believe her Twitch handle says, had the teammates of No Capybara, Chantel the Destroyer, which I hope I'm pronouncing that first part right, and Cataloof, which were all great and cool rivals to play against.
Katie the goat! Katie the goat! Yeah! Oh no! That's a clip.
Now Team 3 was Posty Baloney's team, and their team name was the Mass... I'm not saying the rest of that, but I'll put it on screen. Or maybe not. I don't know, but you get the point. But the team consisted of Posty Baloney as the team captain, Wispy VT as one of the other teammates, Devin the Phantom, and Cyberwolf EXE. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. There's no spaces in the name I'm looking at right now. I could be wrong. And for Team 4, which was Teffin's team, the team that was slated to win the most before the tournament happened, which included Tefn, Nvidia, or Indy, which they're known by, Nobi, and Manny, or Manny VRS, if I'm looking at that right. And their team name was the Sloppy Shoppers. And again, each of our groups kind of came up with their own team names, as you can tell.
The king, Mufasa.
Oh, I'm Dev. The ghost got me.
Hit that drift. Ooh, hit that drift.
And finally, Team 5, the team that I was on, was called the Gnome Buddies. I threw out a bunch of other names beforehand, and then I forget who it was wanted us to base it off of gnomes for some reasons, and I put a bunch in. Gnome Buddies won, and that's what it became. The Gnome Buddies. The Sun Buddies, the Nobodies, the Gnome Buddies. Take your pick. But Hucklecat was the team captain. Then there was me, Zora, right here for you, as one of the other companions. We had Clavin, which before the tournament, he only had 10 hours in R.E.P.O. 10 hours total. But did he do so well? Kudos to Clavin, a top tier teammate. And then Karma Wolfe, which is a great friend, likes guest starring in her streams, like guest starring in a lot of my friends' streams, or anybody's really. It's fun, just playing games with friends, having a good time, and I think that's the best of Twitch. Of course, there are, like, things that you don't see happening. Sometimes people have, drama and stuff, but hey, what can you do? We're human. It happens, But that being said, let us go on to the day of the tournament and the happening-ons during it, shall we? And now, the day you've all been waiting for, the day of the tournament, arrive. Ah! Okay. I'm okay. I'm a little gremlin, aren't I? Anywho, the day of the tournament arrived. Let me clean myself up a little bit. And me and my teammates decided to go a few more rounds before the tournament time. Me, Clavin, and Huckle were all able to get together. But then Karma dropped some news. Some unsettling news. She had food poisoning. And we all know that never feels good. That is such a sickly, just horrible feeling mess. And we were worried if we're gonna be down a teammate for the tournament, because I would understand if she couldn't play in the tournament. That doesn't feel good. No one likes it when they're sick. But let me tell you, she was one heck of a trooper. She made sure to get all that sickliness out of her system, drank some water, hydrated, make sure she was ready to go, and she was a trooper, went right through the tournament. Just thank you, Karma, for being one hell of a teammate. It was crazy. But that's skipping ahead a little too far. Little too far. So after confirming she was all right to go, all the teams gathered, and there was one little hiccup for Posty's team. They had a dropout, I believe it was because one of their members had some family issues come up. Nothing serious, they're all right. I heard everything went fine. Not really sure the details, but not going to go into that. And they had a sub in. And the tournament then started. So round 1 was upon us. And a lot of you may be wondering at this point, what strategies, what tactics, how well our communication was during the game. I will go a little bit more in depth after I'm done explaining round 1. So that way you have a little visual knowledge and audio knowledge of how we worked together, what happened, so that way you have a little bit more knowledge about the game if you haven't played it before. I'm sorry I haven't explained it, but considering you clicked on this video, I'm hoping you have a little bit of knowledge about R.E.P.O. at least. I mean, it's been everywhere. It's like peak, but R.E.P.O., you know? So round 1 is upon us. Level 1, we jump on in, and our goal for the level 1s are not to speedrun. It's a speedrunning tournament and all, but we want to get 16k in order to get those necessary first upgrades like health packs, strength upgrades, stamina, maybe a gun if it's in the first shop. Hopefully. That never happened, but you never know. You can never, what's the word? Test the RNG gods like that. Because knowing our luck as gamers, we'll get a gun in the first shop, but not have enough money to get it. And that would suck, right? So, first level, the aim was 16k. Sadly, we ran into one of the worst monsters in the first level. The Huntsman. That blind, machine gunning sniper of a man. Monster, I don't know what to call him. Any Reaper player worth his salt knows that that guy is a pain. And either he's always accurate on you, or you somehow dodge. There's no in between. But that being said, immediately, I believe it was Karma died first, and then our team leader Huck right afterwards. I was trying to damage him with a flamethrower. I was sadly not in position to do that effectively. So Clavin grabbed the car, made sure the evac. I tried to get the flamethrower in, but that thing was heavy, and it's level 1. I had no strength upgrades. So we got 13k, not bad start, but kind of a rough start, not gonna lie. Now level 2. Level 2 is where we started getting into the swing of things. And that level had a headman and a duck. At least those were the only monsters we encountered on that level. Now the headman, oh boy, he's one of the bigger monsters. Like, you need 13 strength just to pick him up. The robe, the trudge, the clown, the headman, all big, damaging monsters. I was able to take him out with a duct tape grenade, but the apex predator, that little sleeper agent of an enemy, that guy right up there, I know he looks cute. Trust me, he sucks. His other form sucks. I angered him when I used that duct tape grenade. Almost died from him. Luckily, my movement tech was on point enough to survive. And later in that round, I killed him with a regular grenade for a little bit of revenge. Now on evac on that level, they both spawned at the truck, which monsters will tend to do if you have no one near it at the end of a round. Almost ran right into the headman. I was able to sneak past them, get in the room with, I believe, Clavin, if my memory serves me correct. But Huck and Karma were still like a room away, and the headman was in the truck evac room. So I knew what I had to do. I took my last duct tape grenade and blew him up out of existence. I didn't kill him, I just blew him up out of existence. Like, watch the footage.
Just happened.
It disappeared, thank God.
He blew him up.
Full chaos.
But that's how round 2 went. And the shop for round 2 was a godsend. We got a pistol, a gun. One of the best weapons in the game, in my opinion. Has loads of shots, can take out monsters quite easily, aside from maybe the trudge, because that thing has 500 health, like loads and loads of health. And is all around just a great weapon, especially after the update where you can actually aim. And you know, because some new players of R.E.P.O. might not know this, but back in the day, when R.E.P.O. was just starting out, the guns were so inaccurate. You'd be a foot away from a monster, aiming right center mass, and it'd shoot the wall to your left. Is this left in the video for y'all? I don't know. But the point still stands. The gun was way better now. We were also, which I forgot to mention, playing the beta of R.E.P.O. at the current time. It was January, February, March, April, May 17th. I said it wrong earlier, but May 17th And if you look back on R.E.P.O's update logs and hotfixes, you'll see that a lot of stuff was in beta, including the Human Museum, which used to be called the Avant-Garde. But stuff aside, let's go to not round 3, level 3. I need to get my phrasing correct here. So level 3, I'm gonna be honest, I was a little off my game on level 3. I don't think I killed a single monster other than the bangers, which are these little skull guys up here, and they kind of explode on their own, you know? So we ran into those guys, then a spewer just pops out of nowhere. I try to aim and shoot my gun at it, but it gets to me too quick. And then throughout that whole level, I think it was at least 3 shots trying to kill the spewer. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Don't use that, don't use that.
No, I put it in.
Where the frick? There's my gun. Give me my gun, damn it. Thank you.
Reaper.
Reaper.
The Reaper that came in afterwards, and just, it was a mess in terms of trying to get rid of monsters for me. Luckily, no one died. With the close call with the Reaper, everything was fine. Shop, nothing too big. As for level 4, it started off pretty good, and we quickly ran into the chef, the frog, which I quickly dispatched with the gun. Now that I had a weapon, it was pretty easy selling. In one of the next rooms, on like the second evac, I believe, I found a large, more tall-shaped console, because there's a thicker one and there's a tall one. But I found a large console, and immediately after, one of my favorite items in the game, and it's the clown bomb. There's a clown enemy, and there's also a clown item, which explodes when you boop his nose 3 times. Quite handy. One of my favorite items for that reason. And as I found that, I heard thump, thump. We all know that sound. It's the Trudge. And he came through the door very slowly. But you know, I had a bomb. A clown bomb. I was able to quickly dispatch him with that clown bomb, plus another grenade, and then a shot to the face. Again, 500 health. That's the most health of any monster in the game right now. At least, of this video coming out. And then, yeah, it was pretty easy selling. There's a few gnomes and bangers in that level too, I believe, during the evac. But other than that, and sadly Clavin disconnecting, which we fixed in after the shop, it was all around smooth sailing for that level. The shop too was really well because we found a bat, which is, in my opinion, one of the better melee weapons, because you can hit monsters into a pit with it. It's basically a home run bat from Super Smash Bros. Now that I think about it. But the bat, the prod zapper, any of those weapons that stuns enemies when you hit them, just chef's kiss when killing monsters. Now, we hit level 5, and it was the Avant-Garde. It might have still been called the Human Museum back then. However, it is one of the better levels for getting money, in my opinion. Aside from now, a little while afterward the tournament, the evacs kind of suck now. There's so many pits in those evacs in the museum. But good amounts of money. So give and take nowadays. But during the tournament, it was so much better. We immediately found one of those, I want to call it an onomatopoeia horse. Like, it has a lot of graffiti on it. I don't know. It's like a, I want to say a piñata. But we found one of those. It was 43k, which is a great start on that level. And me and Huck were able to team carry this horse through because it was really heavy. Not too many strength upgrades at that point. Did get stuck on a pebble because strength and geometry for some reason. But we got that done. And as I was scouting out, I ran into a robe and a bow tie. I like to call it the blow tie, considering what it does. The little snowman up there. At once. Luckily, I was able to run back in the other room, readjust myself, let him calm down, and used a duct tape grenade to hit 2 at once. The robe died pretty much immediately. Or maybe got 2 hit by the duct tape grenade. The blow tie, however, and its blizzard breath, was still alive. But you know what happens when I have a weapon. Bam! Right to the face. Well, more like the body. His face is kind of. That being said, we were able to get through the level pretty unscathed, and I want to say there might have been a Slendy baby on that level too, but we found loads and loads of high-cost items, a giant baby doll's head, a uranium cup, the big one, and it was a really good round for us. We were ahead in money, and hopefully, as well as ahead in levels too. I'm not quite sure. It's hard to keep track of everyone else when you're focusing on your own game. Now, level 5 is fine and all. Level 6 is where things get hectic, because that is the first huge jump in difficulty in the game. That is when it basically doubles the monster spawns. And again, remember, this used to be old school beta, to where you grab something, and levels 1 through 9, you still get that overcharge mechanic. This is when the overcharge mechanic was still coming out. Or in testing, I should say. At this point, we didn't even have the Tumble Wings upgrade or even the Laser Bridge in the game. But that's for another story. We got upon the shop, not too many big items here or there, and then we were on to level 6, the hard part. Though at the shop we did get the trank gun and the feather drum, which in hindsight did help us a lot. Now I will say level 6 was a great round, even considering the mess that happened during it. So we were able to do the first evac pretty fast, and we found, I believe, all the rest of the other evacs, and we started with the last one after that, so we could be closer to the truck when evacing. But as we opened that evac and started grabbing the loot, a clown came in, kicked Karma into next week. A duck came walking by because why not? And so I took care of the clown with about 4 shots to the face. When I hear right behind me, the hunter fire. I don't know how I survived. It was right behind me. And luckily, I believe Clavin or Huck had the trank gun at that point, and they shot the huntsman, sending him to sleep. Now with the huntsman, something you have to realize is if you hit it with a melee weapon that doesn't stun, or just shoot it, he'll immediately shoot back at you. And if you have less than 100 health, you're gone. That's game, right? But that being said, we were able to take out the hunter, throw him in a pit, hit him with the bat a few times. And that's when, let's just say, an alien came through the other room the other two were in. Because it was taking place in kind of 2 rooms, really. The hunter in this room and the clown, the mentalist, we call him the alien because he looks like an alien, obviously. And an animal had come in to wreck all our items, because why not? And the duck on top of it, just adding another layer of complexity. Because the mentalist, the alien, can grab the duck sometimes and aggro him, and that's not good. Luckily, with all that mess happening, I was able to dispatch the animal, I believe. Yes, I took care of the animal while Clavin took care of the mentalist with the trank gun, which, again, he only had 10 hours in the game before this, really. Kudos to him. It was well worth the time training him up to learn how the game worked. It was such a fun time training, honestly. But yeah, after that, we were able to pretty much go through without any more trouble, thank God. This is what I wish I could say. I, unfortunately, am not infallible. I am human. Because after almost dying to the evac, and Karma hitting me into that room with the giant pit in the middle with a crown, luckily I lived, I fell into a pit. Not my proudest moment, but hey, I'm human. I make mistakes. Luckily the team was able to revive me, even though after reviving I almost jumped into another pit, and then Karma almost shot me with my own gun. It was... honestly, I think that was the most chaotic round. Level in this round, I should say. Thank you. But on to level 7. We made it out pretty okay, and then level 7 was upon us. Now, much like the past few levels, the start was great. Except for, level 1. The start was great. We were able to get that first evac. We kind of conga lined a few items right into the first evac to get it through, which was kind of funny in my opinion. And then we were able to start finding more evacs. And while scouting out, a Reaper basically busted open both doors, trying to slice me into ribbons. Luckily, thanks to my quick reflexes, I was able to shoot it, even with its erratic behavior. And then a headman showed up, like, seconds after that happened. I aimed to shoot at it, but Clavin with the cart behind me hits me, makes me drop my gun, it misfires. The headman comes up, chomps me, and then I believe Clavin was able at that point to hit it with the trank gun. Thank the Lord, he was able to save me from getting killed from that slight mistake. And then I was able to grab the bat out of my inventory, just beat it down. But oh, that was a close and funny call. Probably the second funniest thing to happen to us in the tournament. The first is coming up. Stay tuned for that. And then right after cleaning all that mess up, putting the orbs in the cart gingerly, because those are very fragile. Apparently souls of monsters in this game are very fragile. Much like Sans soul from Undertale, if you think about it. We had a few spewers in the next room where Huck and Karma were battling. I only saw 2. There might have been 3, but I only saw 2. Threw those guys into a pit, which you can do with only 3 strength, which I had at that point. Usually it takes 4 for these first tier 1 monsters. Like tier 0, like gnomes and bangers, you can pick up with ease. But tier 1 monsters need about 4 strength. You can kind of do it with the spheres with 3 if you're fast enough. Oh boy, it was one heck of a level. I will tell you that. But after that, it was pretty smooth sailing. We got through the last evacs. Me and Karma headed to the truck on the last one, while Huck and Clavin put the items in. And we were pretty much able to get out pretty unscathed, aside from Spear trying to kill one of our teammates at the end there. And in level 7 shop, we were able to get the indestructible drone, which I like to refer to as the Indie drone, or shorthand, which combos very well with the feather drone, making things light and indestructible, especially if they're semi-medium items, not large items, and expensive. That's a godsend. Or if your mouse control with the feather drone is good enough, like picking up the Griffin or the monster box, is really no problem and such a time saver if you have those 2 items. Now, level 8. Level 8 was interesting. So much like the other rounds, the trouble only starts right after the first evac of items. That's when 80,000 gnomes come out of nowhere, start attacking our cart with where me, Huck, and Clavin were. The hidden, which is this invisible guy right there, as you can see, very, very clearly, took a liking to Clavin and just skedaddled with him. We took care of the gnomes. Luckily, there was not too much in the cart at the time. And that's when I hear, well, after cleaning that up and scouting a little more forward, that's when we hear a trudge and grenades and gunshots, which Karma and Clavin were doing pretty well against the trudge, so we started to help. That's when, from left field, is that left on your side? That's left for the way I'm looking at it. Left field, a robe comes out of nowhere as I'm trying to shoot the trudge. I panic, start backing away very quickly. The robe hot on my tail, or I guess in front of me. It backed me all the way into a corner. I'm shooting wildly, missing each shot. I dodge roll out of the way with like 10 health to spare. Run up some stairs. Grab my bat. Beat that robe to death. Oh, thank God. because my heart was racing at this point. It's kind of racing right now doing all that physical activity. While my teammates, and I'm so proud of them, kept dealing with the trudge while I was dealing with that. And they did a swell job, honestly speaking. Like, when I came down to start helping them with the trudge again, someone used a shockwave grenade to throw it about, and just so proud of them. I think I finished it off with a few shots to the face, mayhaps, maybe one. But, oh, in the middle of that round, I was very proud and very panicked. I was panicking. Call me Anakin. And I'm saying and too much. After that, we started to make it towards the truck. We had put the stuff in the last evac. Puck was at the truck, ready to launch it whenever he heard us getting close. Sadly, we were all low health, and we had an army of gnomes, 8 to be exact, and clangers on our tail. All 3 of us, Karma, me, Clavin, were running back to the truck. And as I turn around to make sure everyone's alright, guess who comes back for Clavin? His old friend, the Hidden, as you can clearly see, and just takes him away as we get on the truck. The self-destruct timers are counting down, and there's no way he was making it back alive, sadly. And then after having to wait for Clavin to self-destruct, the taxman is very funny and does the long as heck starting the car sequence, because we all love that, especially in a speedrunning tournament. And at this point, we were running really low in time. Just finished level 8 to level 9. We practically skipped the shop at this point, and are just trying to get as far as possible in level 9 without dying. That way we can get the highest amount of levels in that time. Because they were 1 hour stints. I'm not sure if I mentioned that yet, but each round was 1 hour to see how far you could get the most points. At this point, I've been recording these lines over a few days, so forgive me if I'm a little jumbled up, I'd say. Round 9 was a dash to get as much money and as many evacs as we could, because we were running low on time and we had no idea how close everyone else was to us. Or not. You'll see after this quick explanation. So, we got the first evac. And honestly, I didn't find or see very many monsters during that level. Maybe because we weren't on the last few evacs. And I had a bit of trouble with the monster box. We used a feather drone and an indestructible drone, and my good mouse control to get that box without alerting the monsters too much to the first evac. The second one, with 5 seconds to spare, we got it through. We were running down, and that's when I saw our first monster, the Shadow Baby, or the Shadow Child as it's called. Most people call it the Slindy Baby. There's a few nicknames for each of the monsters. And as we were walking back to the truck, since the hour had passed, we were less in a rush. Karma gets yoinked by that Shadow Child into a pit, which might be a contender for the second funniest thing to happen during that tournament to us.
Oh, please go, baby.
Ow!
Please go.
Oh! She went right in the pit. Yes. But the tally was in, our time was up, and that's what when we went to see what our placing was. Alrighty everyone, now before we get into the results of the first round, I did promise I would go over the tips, tricks, and strategies we went over during the tournaments. And I will explain you to those now. Some things most R.E.P.O players who have played R.E.P.O before will know. Like the feather and indestructible drones are really good drones to get in a pair for obvious reasons. Make it light and indestructible, can carry objects very quickly like that. Now, we wanted to focus not too much on upgrades and save the money for weapons and carts and other things. So we only got 1 upgrade per person for health. That way we could all survive the big hits from the monsters, at least the tier 3 monsters, and survive. Now, we only got about 4 or so strength for the person being roided up, which was mainly me during the tournament because I was the main dispatcher. Any items that could kill monsters like guns, pulse pistols, shotguns, bats, prod zappers were highly sought after. Another big cart, for obvious reasons, more item room, split into teams of 2, especially on the speedrun categories. Energy crystals for said weapons, that way they don't run out of ammo or hits, because doing that while trying to fight a trudge, not very fun. And attic items, because mainly, let's be honest, the human grenades, cheap, easy, duct tape grenades, even better, 10 out of 10 items. For actual speedrun techs, of course you want to speedrun the shop, because the attic grenades are really good, and the shop is something that'll take more time than you think. Granted, we didn't do the self-destruct glitch, not really a glitch, I guess exploit, because we didn't want anything glitching, making us lose the tournament. As for not going too far in the rooms, I learned the way the monster spawning worked. It works by choosing a room kind of far off from the truck, and that's the general area where the monsters will spawn. Not all of them in the same room, but generally speaking that's similar to how it works. They have a timer before they start roaming or spawn into the level. If you get too close to the room before that timer goes off, it'll ignore the timer and just have it start roaming automatically. And that's what I mean by map manipulation in the levels and not going too far with the monsters. Because the farther you go quickly, it'll spawn the monsters sooner. And you don't want to deal with the monsters unless you have to, or are doing a challenge run, or things like that. We wanted to mainly focus on big items a lot of the way. That's why we only had one person, mainly Karma, on small items. Of course, we grab all the items we can get in the, starting levels. But that's mainly how our focus was spread out. Since our movement tech was not as good as it is currently, it was still pretty decent. But Tefan and his team had so much better movement tech than we did. We wanted to try and conserve stamina and focus on staying alive. Because losing a person, that'll take more time than you think. Teams of 2, we honestly talked a lot about, but didn't use it in actuality too much until maybe the 3rd round. But in a way, we kind of did. I was the main dispatcher, I was kind of a scout. We all tried to stay close together as to not go farther in the rooms and spawning the monsters. And it worked out pretty well for us, especially in this first round, getting a 9-2. Some of the speedruns and world records for level 10 as soon as possible, like solo, is, I want to say, 40-50 minutes. And the fact that we got the 9-10 in an hour, or not 9-10, 9-2 in an hour, is insane. And then we talked about the truck. And if someone's on the truck, we wait 90 seconds to give everyone to get on. We actually kind of shortened that more to 10 seconds, really, depending on the situation. But I think we all had pretty good judgment on the truck sending. As well as trying to use a little bit of the smart ways of sharing health near the end of the level. If you have full health and you run the truck, it's going to try and give you 20 extra health when you can't have it. So wait for someone with low health, and then give it to them, then walk onto the truck. They recently changed a lot on how much health the truck gives in the most recent updates, but it wasn't like that during the tournament. Not too much anyway. Alrighty, now for our team roles. Huck was the team leader. We were all kind of a cart man, but mainly Clavin and Karma and Huck. Really? Of course I grabbed the cart whenever need be. Huck and me were kind of more on lookout duty. And Huck was the number 2 dispatcher. I was the main one, but whenever we got another weapon or more grenades and stuff, it was going to him. Clavin, considering his amount of hours in the game at that time, was the cart man, another lookout, and a sub-scout, I guess you could say. Karma was our main small items grabber, the secret carry as we like to call her, and a lookout. And I was the number 1 dispatcher, suggesting paths and ways to go, monster killer, the roid man, and because I was a roid man, I was supposed to help out with heavy items as much as possible, and the main scout. I took it upon myself because I knew I could kill monsters with pretty well effectiveness, and I wanted to make sure my team was taken care of and didn't have to deal with them as much as I possibly could. Some situations, yeah, they're gonna get us. I also put in a little extra thing about best combos for stuff, like the feather and indestructible drone, everyone knows. A bat or any stun weapon, plus any melee weapon is just top tier combos. Even the bullet zap, which doesn't stun them for long. If you have another damaging item, chain those two together and most of the time you can kill anything with ease. Or throw it in a pit. And explosives and more explosives. Enough said. Now, another strategy that we all came up with during the tournament, actually, was we'd have one person pick up another teammate and start running. That way we can conserve stamina, and then we'd switch off carrying the other teammate who just ran out of stamina to the truck to save on time. That way we could just run constantly. We didn't do it too much, but it helped out here and there, honestly speaking. Hopefully I'll have put one of the main uses of it in the video where gnomes were chomping at my butt. But anywho, let's get on to the moment you've all been waiting for. The results of the first round. Now the first round, we got level 9, 2 evacs. Teffin's team got level 8, 3 evacs. And we put, you know, the amount of money we got for each round, because there was an extra point for whoever got the most money on each whole round. Cyber's team got 7, don't know how many evacs, I think it was just 7, level 7. And I am... yes, the Pigeon Milkers, what, such a funny name, got level 5, 2 evacs. And I'm not really sure if Mass put it in there, or Posty. But yeah, these were the results of the first round. Our team with 5 points, Teffin with 4, Posty's team did pretty well with 3 points, and then Mast and Pigeon's team tied, it looks like. Yes, they tied. Slight spoilers for that next round, but hopefully in post-editing I'll have censored that out. And with some of our strategies being told, I'll probably give you a little more things I've probably forgotten about our tips, tricks, and strategies as the video goes on. Let's move on to this second round, where there is a very huge upset, and I hope you stay tuned for it. Round 2, take 2, Electric Boogaloo. Got! Alrighty, now, round 2 was probably the hardest in terms of hurdles for us as a team, and especially with the monster spawns for us. Luckily, I don't think we team wiped once. We got really close in this round, though. Now, the first level. First level, again, we're trying to go for 16k, as I just said. And honestly, this level was really generous with the small items, really high cost, 2,000 like a diamond, a bunch of uranium cups. Very easily breakable, but very good at giving us lots and lots of money. We were able to find a duck, which didn't really give us any trouble, luckily, especially with all those fragile items. And we got 16k in like less than 2 minutes, I'd say. And then Carmen walks into one of the next rooms after we got 16k and immediately gets triple face hugged. Like, you know, these guys right here, right here. Post editing me, make sure to edit this, please. Please. It'd look really weird if you didn't.
I got a monkey coming with a monkey. There's also a duck.
We got triple face huggers.
Okay, I'm coming with a monkey with a foul for 1,000 Cleveland, which should be enough, right? Alright, I'm...
Luckily, we were able to put all the items back in, get 16k, 17k actually, I think, if my memory is serving me correctly. And then get on to the next level.
Rolling. Nice.
Send
Hell
it.
yeah. Send it.
I hope Karma gets in.
Oh. Where is she?
She got hit by face huggers. She got triple face
no.
hugged. Now level 2. Let me tell y'all about level 2. Almost immediately, There's a Slender Baby, which not too much of a problem, just don't look at it. Slender Child, technically speaking. But then a wild pack of 3 up screams just come and attack us. I don't know how my team killed the first one, but they managed to kill one. And then I came in with 2 grenades afterwards and killed the other 2, which was a godsend that we were able to actually kill them and not have to deal with them until at the end of the round.
Not quite enough. Oh, we got an orb. We got an orb and a cube and an upstream.
Hold on.
Yep, I'm hiding.
Hold on. Got him.
Yeah, good job, buddy.
Nice.
All
Alright, orb, 2 orbs.
Orb.
Second orb coming through.
Got it,
orb,
got it, I got
orb
it.
behind, Zora, orb behind.
Slender Baby to the left.
Okay. That should be enough, right?
Behind me. We are at 15.
Cool, that's enough. Rocket. We've got a cube and a cup in here. Oh,
Killed another one.
nice.
Orb coming through.
Okay.
But yeah, we got through those 2 level 2 extracts, and I stayed at the truck on the last one. So that way we could 100% make it out when they respawned. And I have no idea how the other 3 made it back alive, but kudos to my teammates. I think one of them got choked there for like a good 10 seconds. And luckily at that shop on level 2, we were able to get a bolt zap, which as far as weapons go, not the best ranged weapon, but it still stuns. Stuns for like half of a second, but you know, I'll take whatever I can get. Not to mention that Huckstream died at least 2 times during the tournament, so if the VODs are still up there, they're kind of split into 3 parts, which kind of makes sense, just wish they were 3 even parts. And then round 4 came. Sorry, round 3. I'm Asian, I know math. Now, talking about round 3, you know what they always say, is trouble comes in 3s. That round had another triple spawn, which I'll get to in a second. But that round, we immediately found an animal, which gave us a little bit of trouble. And then, you know what, I think it's best if I just show you up here, right? Just watch this. Alright, do you have any grenades on you?
Nope.
Alright, here, take this grenade.
Box right here.
Yep.
Hazard box.
Ah! Fucking eyeball.
Over here, towards my voice. Crouch.
I don't know which way your voice is.
Got it.
I'm over here!
Okay,
I got you.
Get me.
Ah, credit.
2 peepers, by the way. 2 peepers.
Oh my god,
come
there's 2
back,
people?
Zora,
Christ.
come back.
Okay. Yep, there's 2 peepers. That's fun. And that's where the evac is too, isn't it?
Take this grenade, Huck.
Back up, yep. Just walk towards us, Karma. Oh, back up. Ow. Walk to my voice, Karma. Straight towards me. Just walk straight towards me.
Straight?
Yeah, just walk straight towards me.
Run.
Yep, keep coming.
No.
Keep coming.
Press
no,
Q,
straight towards me.
press Q. Oh my god.
Dude, no, it's because it spins you.
The fact we had so much trouble with those dang peepers. Just, oh my god, and the animal on top of it, just kicking you in the legs every time you try and run away from the peepers. Oh, I'm so glad I was able to kill it during the evacs with that lucky duct tape grenade. I don't know how that happened. And then going back, it was so heartbreaking. There was 3 peepers, and there was a peeper in every room to the evac. So every time we entered in a new room, a peeper would be there. Oh look, another room. Oh look, another peeper. Why? Why, game? Why? Triple spawns 3 times in a row. Can someone who knows the math tell me the chances of that in the comments? Like, I would really like to know. Honestly. The fact that I was so close to the truck too, I was clawing my way up to it when I exploded. Also, a secret mechanic of the game is if you look down while the self-destruct sequence is activating after your friends, you know, inevitably leave you, trying to get away with the truck. If you look down, this sequence goes slower. If you look up, while, you know, looking into the sun or a peeper, it goes way, way faster. So, small tip if you just need that extra second. And you don't have triple peepers. We also got the pulse pistol, in that shop afterwards, which was really great for helping us survive a little bit more, because we only had the bull zap. Stuns, but again for minimal seconds. And unless you have like a grenade on hand or an ally with a grenade or melee weapon, it's not as useful as you would like. And it's about the time we were in the shop, Huck stream actually died, so about, I want to say an hour 20, no, like an hour and 10 to 20 minutes in, honestly, that's when the stream died. Now, round 4 is when things started actually looking up for us, right? We immediately got a 41k, 38k piano immediately, which was great. We'll ignore all those little bumps in the road, which honestly put us way ahead in money in that level at least. And then while going through, I see an up scream. I try and bolt zap it. I miss. I'm human, right? And then a clown comes in. I get Huck to pulse pistol it because he has the pulse pistol. And to his credit, oh my god, he did so well with it. If not spamming it a little too much when first starting to shoot it. Which Huck got really good at killing monsters as the second dispatcher on the team, and I'm so proud of him. Like, he's also a very outdoorsy person, and from what I've seen, and kudos to him. Good reflexes, good game sense. But that up scream was running around the map causing havoc for my teammates. I don't think it touched me once somehow. Luckily, hit under tables and stuff. And you know, the apex predator, the little duck, was down there, hopping around, which honestly didn't give us any trouble. At least me. Though I'm not sure about my other teammates. So overall, pretty quick round, pretty self-explanatory. Pretty nice, honestly, after the past 3 rounds we've been through. It was a nice breath of fresh air. With round 5, we keep on with the upward trend in how we're doing. Mostly speaking, that is. Where I find that room with the staircase and the art room, the human museum or whatever it's called, the avant-garde, whatever it is now, I think it's the museum. And I drop bombs from the sky on top of this Reaper, nailing him just right, which no one likes Reaper. It's gonna cause problems in the future of this tournament. Oh, just wait till we get there. Or maybe we already did it. My mind's all jumbled. Who knows? Maybe I already said it. Past me knows. Future me might. Definitely when he's editing this video. And then right after that, I run into the room where Huck pulls pistols a baby up into, I don't know where, the back rooms until it comes back down. We get rid of the little rugrat, which little guy kept throwing stuff at us, which is annoying for all repo players because it not only 1, damages your items, 2, it damages you. What's that? Okay. Little rugrat. Anywho. Yeah, that was fun. And then, not only that, is I thought we had enough money for the last evac, because we really got a good amount of stuff. And I gave all my health to my teammates. I'm like, hey, I'll put this in the evac. And then I look down, I'm like, wait, no, I have to look left. Look down, look left. That's not enough money for the evac. Hey guys, help! So I accidentally wasted like, I want to say a minute or 2, which in the end of this round, I don't think impacted us that much, but it could have. So, a little bit of my bad, a little bit of communication errors. Luckily, Karma came in clutch and found a item. I was, looking through a vent very, very slowly, because you can't run in there. Well, unless maybe you have a Mario star and you're this short, but then you can't see me. And then we proceed with the strat of team carrying. And I don't mean, oh, my team's doing bad. I'm carrying them on my back. No, I've done that enough times in R.E.P.O. This strat specifically is, well, honestly, it's a lot easier if you see. As you can see, One teammate picks up another, uses all their stamina, and then they switch. That way, you can keep on running and not have to truly wait for your stamina regen to get to the car, which is honestly great in teams of 2. So that way, just keep on running, saves time. Honestly, it might have saved us enough time to make up for that loss I did. In time, anyway, not money. And then gnomes come and try and get me, and I'm at 6 health. Luckily, Karma kept me a little high up, away from him, which was nice. The team really carried me right there. Now in the shop, we decided to get the indestructible drone, which is, again, you've heard already before, good item. Sadly, we didn't get any grenades. I got up to 4 strength, which is the minimum threshold for a lot of the lower tier monsters. So we didn't need grenades for them, but not that many low tier monsters in level 6. The difficulty spike. The round that probably killed the most people in the tournament, and in R.E.P.O in general. But I digress. Honestly, we probably should have gotten more energy crystals, because we were low on energy. But, let's see how round 6 goes, huh? Alright, let's talk about round 6. Round 6 was not a good round. We made it, but it was not a good round. Well, except for the beginning. Immediately, I believe Karma found a harp, which, while bringing it back to evac, I so gracefully serenaded my team with it. You know, just want to play some music.
And you already bought that.
You know, like that. It was so great. Anywho, after that, and catching up with my teammates, Huck comes running through a door with a robe, a mentalist, aka the alien, and a spitter on his butt. Me and him tag team the robe with a pulse pistol and bolt zap. It was not enough. Sadly, the rope got up, and that caused Huck to miss his last 2 shots on it. It lived. It lived. Immediately came after me. Clavin was behind me with the cart. Luckily, he didn't hit me down like with the headman incident earlier. And actually, he came in really clutch. He had a grenade that I didn't know about. Killed the robe. So I was able to go in, help Huck with the mentalist and the spewer. The spewer was first because the mentalist was off somewhere doing who knows what. This also led to one of the greatest saves. I still don't know how I survived. Like, this has to be the most ununderstood thing to me in the tournament. Mosquito. Anywho, in the tournament, where the mentalist brings me all the way up, like, to the non-existent ceiling of this courtyard we're in the mansion. And you can see, right, I'm gonna play it in a second, how it pulls me down. Somehow I don't even know. While I'm up here, I crouch jump or something and take no damage whatsoever. I must have rolled a nat 20 on that deck save. What? I'm still in shock and awe. Sadly, the alien killed Clavin. I don't know why I tried to catch him and not just kill the alien, because that stops his thing from activating. My bad. Hindsight's 2020, and that was not a fun year for anybody, if you know what I mean. There's also a second robe on this map too, so that was great. And after that, things went pretty alright. Little hiccups here and there. And then I found a piano, which is great. It was in the same courtyard the triple threat, couple threes, triple threat came from. Right? I grabbed the indestructible drone, started moving it to the next evac because we need money. We need money bad. And then my old enemy comes to say hi. Gravity. Oh! I fell into a pit. Immediately fell into a pit. I think I've died the most in this tournament from pits. That's just the pits, ain't it? Luckily, my team was able to revive everybody, start getting towards the truck. I was on a 1 HP. A lot of us were at this point. they all died. So I was really sweating on trying to evac. You know what? Let me. Why don't you just watch it? It was stressful.
Fuck, we
Maybe
need
that
to go
worked.
that way.
It's over there. Okay. Fucking go. Fucking go. Nope. I'm glad I did not self-destruct.
Okay, this is big. The rest of the two, they're dead. So we just gotta go.
Alright. Oh, I'm glad I didn't die. I am the
job.
secretary.
Good.
Holy shiz.
Oh my God, Zora, W Zora, holy shit!
Yes, W Zora.
That we could not afford to wipe.
And the shop was not bad. We actually got a gun, which was great. Again, one of the best weapons in my opinion in R.E.P.O, the pistol, not the shotgun. Little too much firepower for not enough energy. Sadly, we only got like 2 grenades, so we're going into level 7 with 2 grenades and a gun. Not the best loadout, mind you, but we made it. We made it. We'll continue on to it, you know. And continuing with the trend on round 7 of everything going wrong. Thank you, Milo Murphy. We immediately find out that there's an animal on the map. Annoying monster in of itself, especially hard to shoot with the gun because of how quick it moves and how sway the gun is, even with the improved accuracy at this point in the game. A trudge, which I only had 2 grenades and a pistol. I can only kill that thing at least once in the round, not any more than that. And a peeper, we found that out as well. And let's just say while going through and seeing the trudge for the second time, I looked at my inventory. And I made a split-second decision right there. Killed the trudge, which worked out. I got it. There was an evac next to me. My teammates were already putting the stuff in the first evac. Get the orb in afterwards. It would be great. Guess who comes scuttling around? The animal, and he breaks the trudge's soul orb, which was $7,000 down the drain. Not good. But nothing I couldn't get past. I really wanted to kill the animal in retaliation, but we needed those bullets. We really needed those bullets. Hopefully the next round would have been greater. But round 2 was, now that I think about it, not the best in terms of rounds for us. It was the worst round we had. However, I will say this. We did amazingly considering the circumstances. First 3 rounds, triple threats each round. That's insane. Right? On top of that, just all the bad RNG we got and just pushing through it. Me being able to survive on 1 HP during that round 6 and make sure we didn't team wipe was huge. Just huge. And honestly, all in all I can say, while round 2 wasn't the best for us, it was still pretty fun. I was still killing monsters left and right. The team was working as such a good cohesive unit. And, you know, that's when we went to round 8 after the shop. Which we decided just to get another cart so we could go quicker. We were very short on time at this rate. And a health pack, because that's all we could really get. We only got 60k during that round, which is not the most for a round 7. But round 8, let me tell you about round 8. Now round 8, we immediately found, we have the first evac next to the truck. The second evac was like 2 rooms away, which you would think that'd be great. Good escape route, but not at this point in the tournament. We were short on time. There was no way we were getting through this whole level. Luckily, we were able to get those 2 evacs and then move on to the announcements of where teams place this round. I will say this. I will say that we were still feeling pretty good. We made it pretty far. The first round, we did great. Like, the other second place team only made it to like 8 evacs round 3, so at least I figured we'd do pretty great. I thought we were gonna be another first. Like, we got this in the bag. A little bit of ego talking. Let's be fair. I was sorely mistaken. Heaven's team got a like 9-2, 9-3. Actually, no, it was a level 9 1 evac, and we had level 8 2 evacs. So just 1 round more, and we would have won that. The results were now tied between us and Tevin's team. It was down to this last round whether or not who would win the whole tournament. It was one hell of a round. One hell of a round. And the results may surprise you. Especially considering I'm talking about this in the video. Alrighty, it is round 3. It is go time. The pressure is on. I'm gonna say, honestly, the first level we did in that round, pretty breezy. Found a lot of small to medium items, high prices, and we didn't see a single monster that round. I don't even know what monster spawned there. So, we're gonna kind of just skip and breeze past it. We got like 18, 19k on that round. Level 2, however, let me just say, things went very wrong! I wish I had a whiteboard to slap. But, that being said, started out fine, just like level 1. Got the first evac, no problem. It's the second evacuation in level 2 that gave us so much trouble, because a Reaper was guarding it. And let me tell you, this Reaper was the master of dodging everything I tried to throw at it. Meaning, you know, kind of one mine and a grenade. But, I became the martyr of this level, honestly speaking. I became the martyr. I died once to it. I don't even know if we eventually killed it. I forget. And then, at the end of the round, me and Huck were coming back. I decided, why not? Sacrifice myself, let Huck get the ship. He was inches away from dying if someone didn't punch the truck. You know what? I want you to see my frustration. Why don't we watch that clip up there?
On the ground. Okay.
Scarecrow.
Yep.
That's okay.
Hey, Scarecrow! Hey!
Reaper.
Hide. Please don't hit that on me. Oh, I missed. Hide. Ow. I'm dead. I'm taking her with me! How did it not explode? The f***?
Did she die? Nope, she didn't die. Careful, Reaper. I'm dead now too. Fuck. Dude. I didn't even know she saw me.
She went over the mine twice and it didn't explode!
Oh my god. Okay. Oh.
Where'd it go? Same strat as last time. That's cute.
Yep. Cute. Where'd you go?
Got to drop you.
Still. Okay.
Grab me.
Got you. Oh, whoop. Press Q. Oh. Oh.
Go.
Oh, hello.
Go.
Look out, hide. Reaper's coming.
As you fall over.
Okay.
Good.
Thank God.
Now the shop was a little bit more forgiving. It saw my martyrdom and said, hey, give this guy a break. It gave me the pistol. I was ready to rip and tear through the next rounds. The levels. I need to get my English straight. That being said, as for level 3, we immediately find a clock, shove that into the evac, and then head for the second one. Now, while on our way, we found ourselves face to face with a frog chef. Not too bad an enemy, it just ricochets unpredictably in the level. And I don't know if this frog was trained by Goku and having Ultra Instinct or what, but it dodged and hit us at every opportunity it had. I eventually killed it with a few shots to the back, but it gave us some trouble. A lot of trouble.
I'm hot.
Oh shit.
I dropped the gun, grab the gun hook, grab the gun hook.
I got it.
Oh, fuck. Nice.
Oh no.
So
I
sorry.
got it.
Go.
You're good. Zora's got it. Zora's got it.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
As well as the amount of ducks in this level was crazy. I'll let you see them in these next few clips right here. However, there were 5 ducks. 5 of them. I wouldn't be surprised if there was actually 6, but 5 ducks is insane for a level. Unmodded too. That's... I wonder if someone can tell me the chance of that.
I know.
Yeah,
I was like,
there's
I'm not
5.
turning around. I'm just.
Punch it.
Oh my god, these doors. There's so many doors.
Press Q.
Look at all the ducks. I'm good. Let's go.
Okay.
This way. Go, go, go.
Okay.
A duck.
In this next shop, I would like to say the RNG gods smiled upon us this day as well. It gave us the pulse pistol. That way we could give our secondary dispatcher, Hucklecat, a weapon, which was great in the long run. Because in this level, after the first evac, I believe, I ran into a spear. Which, I'm gonna be honest, it got the best of me. During this tournament, I was not too good with the spears. They were on my mind too much, one might say. But eventually, I hear them shout, "Headman!" I rush over, and it's already dead. I didn't even hear any grenades or anything. It was just dead. Which, honestly, the team I was on put what we did into practice quite well, and honestly, that's why we were doing so well this whole time. Now, immediately after that, I started scouting out downstairs in the level, and I found a rugrat. And I still have the spear on my face at this point, so I'm thinking, I got enough time to grenade this rugrat as it's running up the stairs. As I'm holding the grenade in my hand, the spear jumps off my face as I prime the grenade. I got so lucky there. Killed the baby, took no damage. No damage whatsoever. I pick up its orb, I start heading back to the group when I hear from right behind me,
Oh, you have a baby that just smacked you.
Yep.
Go. Oh, she's okay. I'm taking this.
Watch out, watch out,
baby.
watch out.
Grab the baby. Yeah, good job. Uh-oh, money back.
If things had happened a little differently, if the cart was just placed in a different angle, if that explosive barrel in it was just a little further to the front, that might have been the whole tournament there, just wiped. We lost. Nothing else. Now, the level 4 shop is where we were going to get a second big cart to make sure we could split up effectively now that Huck had a pulse pistol and I had a regular gun. That did not happen. I saw gleaming right there in the middle of the shop the baseball bat. And we all kind of agreed we would get another cart, so I asked the team, executive decision, baseball bat or cart. Because we can kill more monsters with the bat, but the extra cart comes in real handy. We all voted baseball bat, pretty much. Which was great. Now, level 5, I should say, find a clock downstairs and immediately bring it to evac with my 10 out of 10 maneuvering skills. And while grabbing items and looting stuff, there's a clown and an animal in a room we're all heading towards. I immediately kill the clown while the animal's frolicking about. Frolicking. It gets away, sadly, to crawl around another day. And then there's a peep in another room, which didn't give us much hassle. And honestly, we were able to go through the round pretty leisurely. Well, we were out at a quick pace, because last round, as far as we can, we're tied for first. Leisurely.
Hit that too.
I tried.
Hit it.
Where'd my bat go?
So fast. I hate that thing.
Here's your bat. I'm not gonna. Don't have me swing that bat around.
But where did that money bag come from?
Money bat.
That was $8,000. How did we leave that?
Where was that?
And at the end, we're punching the truck when Clavin comes in, carrying a money bag worth 8K. I don't know where in the level we left it. If y'all would like to watch the full POV with minimal editing, there's the video down in the description. Right? And the level 5 shop, we also got a feather drone, which comes in clutch for those heavy items like the monster box, the griffin, which it'll help us out a bit in the next levels. Like level 6, for instance. The difficulty spike on the last round. Now, on this round, level 6, probably looking back at the recording, took us one of the most time on the levels we took. Because I have no words. I really don't. I'm just gonna get straight into the explanation. We immediately find some good stuff, big vase and things like that. And while I'm scouting out, we teach Clavin how to use the feather drone. Like, right then and there during the tournament. He had never used it before. He had 10 hours in R.E.P.O. How was he supposed to know, right? So we taught him then and there. I find a griffin while scouting out, which is a huge find. And I turn around to get Clavin in the feather drone. In the room I'm in, immediately spawns a shadow child, Slindy baby, followed behind by a bow tie and a huntsman. I get so flustered and while hiding, I shout out, "Oh, there's a feather drone and a blow tie," because I got so flustered at that. And then immediately, the huntsman shoots the blow tie. Thank God for him body blocking me and not letting me die. I try and grenade them after sneaking around the, what's it called? The cauldron and stairs in the middle of the room. And the blow tie has to go full point guard and push the huntsman out of the room, dodging the grenade himself that I had set up for them. So I go back to try and find my teammates, and what do I find? Another huntsman! I start trying to shoot him. Luckily, Huck's there with the pulse gun. And for some reason, the hitbox of the monsters when they're on the ground is very, very janky. And unless you've practiced, and I still haven't practiced this, shooting them on the ground is kind of hard, unless you're up close. Luckily, I was able to kill him with one last shot after, I believe, my teammates grenading him. So we got him. I went back over into the original room. The huntsman was running away. I shot him from 2 rooms away. He came back. And I say, "Come on over here, huntsman. Come here. Come on. Let me get you." And then my teammates start talking behind me. Huntsman. Me. Teammates. Not a good line of fire for me. And I'm sitting there thinking, insert sound effect now. And I eventually get him to where I can beat him down with a bat. Thank God. No more huntsmen in the level. We do not have to worry about being quiet. We can go quick. Speed. Speed is key. I also eventually get the blow tie down with the bat. And all is great with the world. But I believe we still had 3 more evacs. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now honestly, I've been kind of flustered explaining this part of the tournament because it did fluster me while playing it. But evac was Clavin and Karma in the truck. me and Huck decided to stay behind and put the stuff in. Since we had all the guns, all the defenses, we could probably make it back alive. Immediately, I run into another huntsman. I'm looking at my map. I don't see him. I just hear a bullet whiz past the back of my neck and hit a wall. I immediately go quiet. I crouch. I start walking away. He shoots at my toe. Barely grazing it. I don't get hurt. Grazing it. Near miss. And then Huck dies. I don't know if it was because him saying, "Oh God," I think he did, or his snoring dogs, or whatnot. But I was just barely able to make it back to the truck with all that chaos. Now, in the level 6 shop, we were able to get the indestructible drone, which pairs so nicely with the feather drone. Level 7. Level 7 was so much quicker than level 6. I believe we only had to continue with like a few bangers, little skull bombs, a peeper, a headman, and that's about all I can remember from the thing and the footage. It was at the point to where we weren't even using the cart that much. One person had the cart, obviously, but me, Clavin, and Huck were all carrying separate items to different evacs that were high value. It was crazy efficient. The only close calls we had on that, at least for me, was the bangers almost throwing me into a pit because also level 6 and above, lots and lots of death pits. So, gotta be very careful, especially of up screens on those later levels. And the headman sadly got Clavin on our way back. I was not fast enough to save him. I did shoot him one last time before he left though, to make sure he didn't get into the truck. That would be annoying. Now level 8, starting out, we find almost immediately the giant wizard staff, which, as everyone knows, it has the same power as the laser from the clown. Immediately put in the first evac, almost kills me on the way there, I might add. And then the chaos starts a little while after. I'm not even gonna try and explain this. I'm just gonna let y'all watch and eat some popcorn and laugh at my misfortune and success in all this chaos.
More value.
Cube. Yeah.
Ah! God damn it.
Damn it.
There's a hidden. Kill the hidden.
I shot him.
Got him. Yay. He threw up on
Alright,
you.
he's dead.
Oh,
Watch
shit.
out, watch out. Pull it out of the way. Pull it out of the way. Go, 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 go. Why me?
No.
No, okay. We gotta hustle. I got 2 grenades and a gun. Oh no. Oh, did that work?
Nope, it's still alive. And there's a
Aw,
rope.
you
There's a
bitch.
rope too. Fudge.
Yeah, I got her.
There we go.
Got the rope
Oh
too?
my God,
Nice,
though.
nice. Now after all that chaos and the rope, not the rope, the Reaper killing me once again, you know, if someone in the comments could tell me the death counts of all the monsters that killed me, or my teammates, that'd be great. Honestly, it'd be kind of cool, yeah. But after all that, me and Karma get revived. And then the incident known as the cart conundrum happens. I made a little edit. I'm gonna put it right up here for y'all. Why don't y'all tell me what you think of what happened here?
8 minutes to go.
Or towards the
Alright,
back
you
wall.
got your items in there. Oh yeah, throwing that in.
Yeah,
Alright.
just be careful not to
wait
fall
here for
off or get hit
them
by the money
and
bag
make
or
sure
something.
they're like good.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll roll.
That's basically what I'm saying.
I'll follow
Don't
you.
run in a general direction so you know where you're running.
Yeah. I don't like
Okay.
running out, typically, anyways.
Let me catch
'cause I
the
know
money bag just in
there's pit-
case. Okay, we got it. You got your gun. It's in there. Indestructible drone's in there too.
Hi!
Are you guys beating each other up already? Are you beating each other up already?
I just killed, dude. I just killed Zora with the f***ing cart.
How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes.
Luckily, there's one last evac, two last evacs. They revive me again, and as we're going to the last evac and putting the stuff in, I start playing Ring Around the Rosie with a robe. Like this. And I suggest not trying this at home, unless you're really fast. There's a robe around. That's a robe.
Money coming down. Where's the road? Is she like right down there?
Yep. She's trying to kill me.
I have a pulse pistol. Oh, they got it. Okay.
Killed the robe.
Nice.
Now, level 8 shop was a little panicky because we only had like 5 minutes left, and I was fumbling a little bit with all the items. I wish I had a shopping cart here so I could show you what I was doing. That being said, we got into level 9. Level 9, and the time was ticking. We had like less than 3 minutes to get as far as we could in level 9. We got the first evac pretty quickly. And then, as I'm walking through, let me show you what happens. And Huck will end the level as soon as it hits an hour too. He'll just exit out, remember what evac we're at. So when this part of the video ends, that's when round 3 ends. That was it. Oh, okay. And it is the end of round 3. And the results are being slowly typed in by each team. Did we win? Did we lose? Well, maybe if you're very perceptive in this video, you've seen back in the background a kind of hint to whether or not we won or not. Well, I will tell you now, we did. And we won this little amazing trophy right here. And we won it in the most spectacular way too. We tied in the last round. Same evac, same level. It was up to the money points. And thanks to me killing a lot of the monsters, my teammates killing a good amount as well, our quick-witted teamwork, we won by 1 single point. A single point, which was just amazing. I got so hyped at getting this trophy too. Look at this little guy. Look at this amazing little guy. The light may be a little too bright for this, and now the screen's a little flickery. But look at this dude. Look at this dude. Ain't he awesome? I just gotta say, it was such a pleasure playing in your tournament, Coop. And for those of all of you watching, why don't you go check him out? He's trying to do a lot more tournaments. I hear recently, somewhere along the time of this video coming out, that he's doing a peak tournament. And there are more R.E.P.O tournaments to come. So hey, go check him out. He has good music, does a lot of song battles, is really big into the music scene. And that is how I won and played in my first gaming tournament ever. I know I may speak pretty quickly and excitedly, but thank you for watching the video so far. It took me a lot of time to edit, to put together, to record voice lines, to put my face up here, right? Because I just recently started to try to do this, because I wanted to be more genuine, more to the heart of who I am, to connect with people. And if you want more content on the tournament, other than the POV of me doing it, I also have 7 interviews, about 30 minutes long each, from many of the team captains and my whole team, as well as going more in depth many times of the strategies we used. So if you like those, go check them out. And please visit all these cool people down in the description. It has been a blast playing in the tournament, doing those interviews, recording this video. Now I just need to edit. That being said, whether it's in this universe, the next one, or the one before that, I will see you all later. Goodbye.